To this far, I continue to pay tribute to my late comrade, the late Honorable Amiza whom we were arrested together, we were beaten together, we were imprisoned in Lira main prison, and we paid 20 million cash bail. Never paid anywhere. Cash. Not talking money. 20 million cash. We paid our own money. I had to sell off my Land Cruiser to pay the what? The bill. Secondly, it was the protest which I mobilized Lango to remove the signpost of Gulu Constituent College, which was there at Amocha, from Lango soil. And that struggle made the main Gulu University to sit for a council meeting and resolved in 2 weeks to install a signpost of Lira University when Lira University was not there, in response to my protest. This one you can even go and confirm with the Vice Chancellor, who is still there, because he was in Gulu Council, the current Vice Chancellor of Lira University. 3, the campaigns against National Water and Sewerage Corporation for mismanagement of water and distribution in the Lira operational area. Go and confirm with the manager of National Water in Lira. Go and confirm with the executive director of National Water and Sewerage Corporation. What I relodged to them and the campaign I caused, which made them to improve. There is a lot of improvement in the management of National Water and Sewerage Corporation in the Lango region here. 4th, it was the campaign to compel CAF and government of Uganda to construct a Kibwa stadium to host AFCON games in 2027. At a time when the stadium was being relocated to Buyinja, Oyam. This was confirmed recently by President Museveni when he came to Lira. He said they are taking a decision to remove Akibwa and take it to Buyinja because CAF had recommended that the facilities were not enough in Lao. President Museveni confirmed. And by the way, I suffered victimization for 6 months of Akibwa. Allegations, damnful, stupid allegations were even made against me that I was bribed by Museveni. Museveni does not bribe me. Museveni knows who I am, he knows my background, and I don't need a bribe from him. But I decided to keep quiet for the sake of my image and reputation. But I am happy that out of the campaign we made, which many of you, especially the press, helped me a lot to propagate people, to mobilize people, to maintain the campaign, help at least finally President Museveni to come to Lira now to launch the construction of Akibwa. Our duty is still to pursue that until it is constructed to the required standard, and then we get AFCON done. That campaign still continues. But I now hear politicians saying, I brought Akibwa. How do you bring Akibwa? These politicians here, there are only 2 people who have the credit for Akibwa. It's actually Museveni, who had promised first that he was giving Akibwa for the people of Lao, and myself, who went and fought everywhere. I wrote a letter to CAF. CAF replied to me. I did everything. In fact, it was my pressure that caused Wang, the minister, to come up to Lira here to start deceiving people that they are constructing the next day and so, and there was nothing. But he was lying because he knew that I was already having a contact with the CAF in Egypt. But so I'm very proud of that. Now, the latest being the campaign for the reconstruction of the 67-kilometer Lira Kambini Road, which attracted President Museveni to Alidi, my home village, to address my concerns over that road. As you all know, if you are in Lao here, even if you are in Kampala, if you had moved in that road, that was the worst road in the whole country. People died in thousands. People died in thousands. Businesses collapsed along that highway. But you go back there and see now. Which forced Museveni to come to our home in Alidi, forced all the members of Parliament of Lango to come to Alidi. People who are never willing to go there. Every time we say, we are working on it. But now when we raised, Museveni came here and told them he was not aware that there was any work going on there. He was not aware. He was blaming Wondra and blaming members of Parliament. Meaning that all I was saying was right, but the members of Parliament were sitting on it because of soft landing with their relationship in Kampala. So I'm very proud of that. By the way, some people call that road with my name. They call it Ishaotao Road. Those who hate me, they say the road is being worked on. Me, I'm happy. My children will have a legacy to carry forward that my father fought. Our father fought for the sake of our people. Finally, you know my campaign I campaigned very aggressively to stop attempts to sell my party to the NRM government, which I secured court from High Court up to Supreme Court. Up to now, you cannot sell UPC because the ruling in court of Uganda from High Court to Supreme Court by Isha Otto, the late Joseph Bosa, and Professor Kakonge stands that don't do anything on that party, leave it alone. And that had been civic activism to secure a party, an institution which I belong. I am happy UPC is there. UPC has not gone anywhere. It is remaining there because the court said, don't try there, remain where you are. So I'm very proud of this. So after 15 years of impactful civil advocacy now, I'm based in Mira. I'm filled with pride and confidence, knowing that my children and grandchildren will inherit a legacy of progress, shaped by unwavering contributions to the development of Lao and Uganda. Therefore, having dedicated my efforts in Lao to fight for essential services, I am now compelled to redirect my focus, and this is the most important message in this press conference. I am now compelled to redirect my focus and campaigns back to my motherland, my father's village, Oyam district, my homeland. I stand ready to unite with the people of Oyam to fill the leadership void left by the disrespect of my voters or our voters, the abuse of their mandate, and the abdication of responsibility by leaders of Oyam. The legacies of our great forefathers, Major General Yito Jok, Honorable Dr. Park, Abdallah Nyuro, who was the first matter of Amin, Colonel John Ogole, whose body cannot be brought, for fighting to protect Ubote and his UNLF, the man who fought LRA until he was killed like a pig, and all those aides and Professor Isaac Newton Jok, the man who built secondary school in every sub-county in Lamu. If you are from Apuri, that sub-county was built by. If you are from Loro like me, Loro secondary school is there. If you are from Kwania, Adogo SS is there. All those at sub-county level, Omoro, every village in Lamu region got that opportunity under the leadership of Professor Isaac Newton Jok. So, with that rich legacies of great leaders from Oyam, it falls the responsibility on us not to allow those legacies to be dumped into rubbish pit because of individual interest and because of leaders whose focus are for themselves at the expense of the people. I am therefore committed to vibrantly steer civil campaigns in Oyam, particularly in Oyam, to ensure that what they deserve from their leaders, what they deserve from government, are given to them. You may remember that the mantle of greatness and leadership that I inherited was from the late Dr. Kulepa. May he shall rest in peace. We shall continue to flourish this amid the village attempts to frustrate it. Now, my focus now on civic campaigns in Oyam. Not elections, not campaigns. Civic campaign for people to get things which develop is going to be improvement of education and sports. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you, if you go and follow the educational performance in Oyam district, it is really damning and very deceitful. Adl Primary School, which is a government school, is getting 88 pupils in first grade. The entire Oyam district is getting less than 200 pupils in first grade. What kind of education is that? As I speak now, the rate of dropout of girl child, the entire Lango is in Minakulu sub-county. The entire. Where girls don't go to school, they go and they drop from P4, P5. In the whole statistics in the Lango region. So with this, the quality performance, we have infrastructure. So my focus is to improve on quality of education in Oyam, where I'm going to launch a project to move from school to school, meet with the teachers, meet with the management, and meet with all stakeholders to see how do we help our people. I passed in first grade in 1992. I got aggregate 9 in a Lady Primary School. But it has taken almost 20 years where a Lady Primary School cannot get one person in in grade 1. That is very unfortunate. What has happened? What cannot be done that the people can get aggregate 1? We want to rekindle that. Agure Primary School, which is a neighboring school from our home, where my father was a head teacher before he passed on, was the best primary school in the whole country in 1981. It was the best primary school in the whole country in Uganda. Go and check the archives of Uganda. Agure Primary School, my village school. So what has not happened? So we want to improve this. This will also require improvement welfare of workers, teachers and so on. And we're also working hard to improve on sports infrastructure. I told people that we fought to have a Kibwa. This is a government stadium. We intend to have a sports center, if you want to call it a stadium, in Oyam. If Anita Mong can put a stadium in Oyam as a member of parliament, what about us, the people of Oyam? We can also have a sports stadium there. We shall also improve on artifacts and book and digital learning centers in our constituency. Well, fortunately, we have partners who are willing to join hands with us to support our people. 2, water and sanitation. I am a water and sanitation expert, where I served for 5 years with 2 international organizations. And with that rich wealth and knowledge, number 1 priority, I'm going to ensure that National Water and Sewerage Corporation and Government of Uganda supply Oyam district with the water from Kamdini to Aboke, Kamdini, Atura, Kamdini, Atapara Hospital, and Minakulu, Achiena, Chaba to Oyam Town, and Minakulu to Park Line. That is already in my program to ensure that this water reaches out the entire Oyam district, and partly Kwale. We shall also be training our community on the management of existing water points. You see, people are dying with the typhoid, people are suffering from bilharzia, people are suffering from waterborne diseases because they don't know how to use water. The principle of water is that you should give people what we call clean and safe water. This will require a lecture for a long time. How do you do it to make it clean and safe? Actually, this one is going straight to you journalists. Don't drink pipe water without boiling it. Even bottled water, if you are not sure of its source, first boil before you drink it. I have never suffered from a diarrheal disease for the last 25 years, not even one day, because I don't take any water if it is not boiled. Period. Even if you pick water where animals are drinking, you just go and boil it, purify it, and then get the water. You drink it, you will be safe. In fact, you should drink water with animals. Once it is boiled, there will be no problem. What you consider to be dirty water is just color or mindset. But dirty water is water which is not safe, which can bring disease, water which is not clean. But the rest of the water can be drunk. And I'm going to teach my people to drink any water as long as it is there. But the first thing is boil it and purify it. No putting chemicals. Don't bring for me these Indian chemicals and tablets and water and putting in water. That one is very dangerous. Because we look for chemical tests, we look for physical tests, we look for odor tests, we look for those tests, bacteriological tests. Those tests can only be fought by having water which is boiled. And we are going to teach the communities to use that water so that they don't suffer from these small diseases. I would have solved the health problem. The other issue, of course, is about health services. I have already written, unfortunately, I have not carried the copy of the letter here. I have already written to the Minister of Health. I know our letter will not go because of political issues, but I made it as a civil activist to say Oyam County South is a constituency. Oyam County North is a constituency. By law, they are all supposed to have health center 4. So I've already written asking for an upgrade of one of the health center 3s to health center 4 for a county. 2, we are asking for, there is a health facility constructed at Sino Hydro in Kamdini, which was allocated 5 billion. But because of stupid, bad politicking, the money was just swindled. Something called Health Center 2 is there in Amari. Something that was supposed to be a general hospital. So I'm saying, I've written to the Minister of Health to ensure that first they take over this health facility. But secondly, they upgrade it with the money of government to ensure that we get that general hospital in Oyam, which would serve our people along the highway. You know, Oyam has a very serious highway from Nora to Gulu and from Kamdini to where? To Lira. And people die there every minute. So we want at least an highway hospital like we have in Kiriandongo, in Kiriandongo district, so that we have one in Oyam. And we think that hospital, that one which was done by Sino Hydro, should be upgraded to a fully-fledged hospital to serve accident cases along the highway. And in my letter, I've also asked that the Ministry of Health should provide Oyam, particularly Oyam South. The reason is Oyam South lies along the highways with a medical ambulance to help out accident cases. I don't want this idea of asking members of parliament to buy gari, to buy tuk-tuk, to buy these tractors and put on the road and put your photo on it that you have bought a medical ambulance. A medical ambulance are not those vehicles. Those trucks are not medical ambulances. Those are tuk-tuk for carrying dead bodies, maybe for carrying whatever. But a medical ambulance must have a fully-fledged medical personnel 24 hours in the car. It must have an oxygen which could supply somebody you pick from a house and you put on oxygen in the vehicle, then you transport to the hospital before this person is dead. So I don't want this rubbish around, lying around. When there's nothing. The whole thing is we want medical ambulances. This one which takes you to the hospital, then you take the body back. Those ones I don't want. I'm not interested in it. Because government has a responsibility to provide medical ambulances. So I've written to ask for that. And I will campaign to have those things. Finally, it is on the roads. You know my campaign for road is clear. I can now proudly say Lira Kamdini Road is done. Now we are going back to continue to ensure that they should install road signs. They should ensure that strategic rumble strips and harms are put at strategic locations. Drainages must be done safely. And also they made a problem, the size of that road is not sufficient the way it should be. But now we should campaign to ensure that those things are improved. But at least something is done. And I'm grateful, let me be honest, I'm also grateful to government for that, for responding to the call and the cry of the people. We shall also be lobbying for small community roads. You know, I am one of the members of parliament who constructed 37-kilometer roads in Oyam South when I was MP. If you go to Konalor, all the streets there you see, one is named after Otto. The other one is named after Okuli Park and the rest. There are many. Amiza Road, 5 kilometers. You go to the real way in a bay, we are 8 kilometers. There are so many. So we are going to lobby from the friends which have been lobbying with to support community roads, open small roads for them. I am not going to campaign for jobs for people, for women to do their project loans and so on. That is the sole responsibility of elected leaders. I am happy.
Thank you for watching Lango News channel. Please subscribe for more updates.